looks amazing, honestly. They're playing that King's theme when Robert rode in there on the first episode. Holy shit. This is... We're only like 30 seconds into season one, the final season of the episode. First episode of the final season, I'm already like catching chills. That theme is just really doing it for me. She's seeing John for the first time in 10 plus years. She just saw John, the Hound, and Gendry back to back to back. You know her emotions have to be flowing right now. She loves scaring the shit out of people with that every time. She just loves, like, establishing that dominance every time. We got so much to talk about, and I hope it's sooner than later.
Look at you. You're a man. Almost.
Why you gotta be like that, man? Creeping everybody out.
Only meant to feed the greatest army the world has ever seen.
Oh god, here we...
I ensured our stores would last through winter. I didn't account for Dothraki, Unsullied, and 2 full-grown dragons. What do dragons eat, anyway?
Whatever they want.
I wonder how many episodes it's gonna take to get through this, like, awkwardness. Everyone's just gotta talk their shit, but once the war starts, it'll be... That's great.
She has a keen sense of poetic justice.
She wants to kill Tyrion and
Fucking family.
Jamie.
When the Citadel expelled me, I thought I would die poor and alone. But in exchange for my service, Queen Cersei made me her hand. What will she do for the man who rids her of her treasonous brothers?
The 2 men that have been looking after him for the longest. He's gonna go murder? Sounds about right.
You're my queen. I go where you command.
That's not where he wants to go, though.
You want to go to Winterfell
Yep.
to fight for the Starks.
Yep.
Go. What is dead may never die.
Rhaegal. Get him. Is he gonna ride it?
Go on.
I don't know how to ride a dragon.
Nobody does until they ride a dragon.
Accurate.
What if he doesn't want me to?
Then I've enjoyed your company, Jon Snow.
Do it. Wow.
What do I hold on to?
Whatever you can.
That's wild. That man John. Talk about the ultimate come up / glow up, man. A bastard to Lord Commander to King of the North to riding a dragon. That shit is wild. What? Oh. That man Drogon was staring that man down. I don't know if he was staring him like in awe or pissed.
The other rich girls.
Yeah, they'll probably end up married.
Come in.
Someone needs to talk some sense into her. Yeah, okay, yeah, we need this combo right here.
Look, glad
Stole.
Also told
From the Citadel.
from my family.
Does he know?
It's been in House Tarley for generations, so it would have been mine anyway, eventually.
Does he know?
But my father had other ideas.
Not Randall Tully.
Yeah.
You know him?
I offered to let him retain his lands and titles if he bent the knee.
Thank you, Your Grace, for telling me. May I?
Of course.
Tyrion told her don't do it. She did it anyway.
John the truth.
Yes.
You're his brother. Shouldn't you tell him?
I'm not his brother. He trusts you more than anyone. Now's the time.
But he needs some like backup. I want Bran to be the one to speak it, to like be on screen talking about it, find out more about him, what he knows, what he doesn't. When everyone doubts him or tries to lie or correct him, he comes with more facts.
Always been.
Oh.
I gave up my crown, son. I bent the knee. I'm not king in the north anymore. I'm not talking about the king in the north. I'm talking about the king of the bloody seven kingdoms. Bran and I worked it out. I had a High Septon's diary. Bran had whatever Bran had. What are you talking about? Your mother was Lyanna Stark. And your father, your real father,
It was Rhaegar
was
Targaryen.
Rhaegar Targaryen.
And what does he do with that information? Does he tell Dany, go talk to Bran, keep it to himself?
Daenerys is our queen. She shouldn't be. That's treason. It's the truth. You gave up your crown to save your people. Would she do the same?
Wow. I feel like there needs to be a three-person conversation. Dany, Jon, Bran. Oh.
The younger boy. It's a message from the Night King. His arm is between us and Winterfell. We're on foot.
We rode down from Castle Black. We can double up on the horses.
If the horses last, we'll get there before they're dead.
Yo, he's awake. God damn. That spiral formation again. I mean, last time we saw him was episode 1. That's wild. Oh. Wow. Everything that's happened to Bran is because of that. Maybe it was always meant to happen to Bran and it would have happened anyway. That is not how that shit just ended. Wow, that's wild. That's actually wild. I don't want to do any kind of episode previews or anything and be spoiled of what might be next. All right, so we officially have 5 episodes left. That go ahead. That's 1 down, 5 to go. So that was the long-awaited wait right there. Season 1, episode 8 is in the books. That's the. I just went and checked the run times. That is the shortest episode of the season. I think every episode from here on out for the rest of the season is longer. The first 2 episodes are the shortest. Next week's will be 58 minutes. Then episode 3, which is the longest one, which is supposed to be like the longest cinematic battle in TV movie history, is an hour and 22. Episode 4 is an hour and 18. And then episode 5 and 6 are an hour and 20. So really interested when those pop off. But this was just pretty much your classic series, your classic season premiere, episode 1 kind of setup. We hit every kind of major character and player. The only thing we didn't see was any kind of Night King activity, but we did kind of see it there at the end. These Northern Lords, man, they're with you one time, they're not with you, they're with you, they're not. I mean, I get it. They're loyal. I forget the Lord's name that didn't come for the Battle of Bastard. Then was the first one to declare, or the second one after Little Mormont to declare him king in the north. And then the man says he's not coming back again. He's just all over the place. But we lost, I'm pretty sure that was Lord Umber, the little kid. He's dead. That was a pretty like gruesome little, oh man, that was pretty graphic, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, you guys have to let me know. I don't think, I'll go back and rewatch. I don't think, did his people end up making it with the extra horses and the wagons that Sansa and Jon sent, or did they take those wagons to get there and they never made it? I'll be interested to see what happens with that. So we lost a little bit of men there. I mean, we lost 2 houses worth. One looks like it was murdered and added to the army of the dead, and the other just says they're not coming. So that's an interesting kind of tidbit there. I wonder what kind of, it looks like Ed and Beric Dondarrion and Tormund, they're going to try to get to Winterfell before the Night King does. Tormund was saying that they're, right now it's them, the Night King, and then Winterfell, and they're on foot and the horses. Ed says they're going to try to double up the horses and maybe get there before. It's not like there's some crazy, it's not like they're coming like 50,000 men strong and going to be some crazy reinforcements or everything. What do they got, a handful of men? 100 max, maybe 50. So I mean, maybe they just get there to kind of give information or something. I hope we kind of get an explanation on kind of like the spiral formation. And I mean, we've had that since episode 1 when we saw that little girl and like all the horses chopped up and all her people. Wasn't she pinned to a tree as well? And then we had the little boy pinned to the wall there, and those were human, like thighs and arms and legs, creating the spiral formation. That's the main thing that's popping off in my head. Dany doing her typical flex with the dragons, you know, when she comes into anybody new, and they fly across, and she likes to see people like scurry in their reactions. Jon riding a dragon, the second person we've ever seen ride a dragon. And I don't know what it was. Was it a watch yourself stare down? Was it like, I acknowledge you, I see you, I know what you are? Whatever that stare down that Drogon was giving Jon when they kind of soared off. I don't know what that was right there. I don't know what was going on in Drogon's mind, and we'll probably never know. Seeing it looks, I mean, Sam's going to be emotional, but seeing him kind of like compose himself to talk to Bran, to go talk to Jon, but it also looked like he was upset at the same time, because he was saying, he's asking Jon, would he have done it? Basically saying like, if I tell you this information, would you have done the same thing? Would you have killed, I guess, my father and brother or other lords, or would you have been compassionate like you have been in the past? When he said with like letting the wildlings through and letting them live. Jon made the comment that I wasn't a king then, and so Sam's like, oh, so you couldn't do it now. So I was interested to see that back and forth. Like I've said for the longest time, I need everybody to go back in that room. Anybody that's a major player, Jon, Dany, Arya, Sansa, Bran, Jaime, Davos, everybody. I want to see everybody just like a town hall setting where Bran is sitting at the head and he's just spitting out information on information that people need to know. And if they question him or try to lie or try to like say it's not true, he just hits them with some facts and they're just like stunned, silent. Like he did with Dany when she walked up and he's like, we don't have time for this. They broke the wall. He has your dragon. I want to see a conversation like that. I don't want to see Bran deliver the information through other people like he did with Sam, but I understand why they made it with Sam, because of the information he just found out about his father and his brother, and then trying to test Jon. And I'm interested to see what Jon does with that information. Does he tell Dany? Is it just kept between the three of Sam, Bran, and Jon? Does he tell his sister? Does he keep it to himself? I don't know. I'm really interested to see a reunion between Jaime and Bran, because the reason Bran is what he is because Jaime pushed him out that window on the very first episode of season 1, and on the very first episode of the last season is them reuniting. Jaime looked guilty. He knew exactly when he saw the brown hair in the wheelchair. He knew who that was. He knew exactly who it was. So I'm interested to see what their kind of reaction to each other is. I mean, Bran, at this point, Bran's not going to have a reaction to anybody. He didn't even have a reaction to Jon. He's like, you're a grown man. He's like, almost, kinda. So it's going to be, it looks like the person that he's connecting with the most is Sam. Everyone else, he's just sort of this like creepy three-eyed raven bird going on. That'll be interesting to see. Everything else was kind of just hashing out information. We saw Theon rescue Yara. Euron finally got his prize. He got to have sex with the queen, saying he wants to put a baby in her, but by all indications we've got, she's already pregnant. I don't know if she's lying, but at least from what she's said and shown, she's already pregnant. She looked a little teary-eyed there, possibly thinking of Jaime or thinking of the situation she's in. I forget the Golden Company's commander's name. But they came with 20,000 men, 2,000 horses. They didn't come with any elephants, which she really wanted. I'm interested to see where their allegiance lies, because you figure they have to play a part in this somewhere, whether they march north to go support the true king or queen, the true Targaryen. I don't know where their allegiance lies. Is it a lie to the money? Because you're supposed to be bought. But in the books type thing, they're secret Targaryen supporters. So, like, do they abandon the queen? Or maybe once they find out that Jon... that's what I'm saying. Like, what happens with this information that Jon has? Does it spread through the 7 kingdoms? Or is it just kind of kept within that 3-person circle? Do they betray Cersei? Do they just flee Cersei? Or do they stay and fight with her to the very end? And we figure we have to see them do. The Golden Company needs to do something. They've been so built up, and then we finally see them on screen. For them to just kind of be sitting there, and then everybody marches south, and they surrender, and that's it. It'd be kind of like a waste. And I'm trying to think. Like, I understand, and even Aya was like throwing jabs at Jon, like, remember who your family is. Remember who you're trying to protect. Don't forget that. It's like no matter what Jon does, he can't do anything right. Since the beginning, that like he's just trying to live as a bastard in Winterfell. People hate him. He tried to let Ygritte go. You've got the wildlings that hate him, and then the Night's Watch that hate him, and then the Night's Watch betrays him, and then he tries to go rescue them from Hardhome, and they hate him, and then he becomes king in the north. He tries to take back Battle of the Bastards. People hate him, and it's the man can't win regardless of what he does. But I'm interested to see what happens with that as well. I'm trying to think, were there any other points there that we really missed episode-wise? None that I can think. We had them arriving, the dragons taking over. We caught up with Cersei and the Golden Company coming in. We caught up with Theon rescuing Yara. We had Dany and Jon having their little dragon date. We saw Jon talk to Sansa like, hey, work with me here. I need your help. They said they chose me as king. I didn't want it. We saw him reunite with Arya. We saw Arya and the Hound and Arya and Gendry's kind of reunion. I wonder if Arya and the Hound are going to, like, kind of hash it out there a little bit, or forgive and forget. They kind of do already, I think, to themselves, but not to each other. After that, we had what? Danny talking to Sam, and Sam finding out about his family, and then telling John what's really happening. And then kind of just really the spiral formations and everything that happened with Little Umber, who's now dead. So I don't even know if there's even a Lord Umber left. I mean, he was so young, and I'm pretty sure he was the last one. Yeah, Karstark was the chick. Yeah, she's the girl. What was the other one that stays in Deepwood? Mott. What is his name? Umber, Karstark. It's right there. Umber, Karstark. I'm not gonna remember it. I know as soon as I stop the recording, I'll remember. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the recap. There's not really much else to kind of... I mean, we didn't really have anything there. We just kind of had the chess pieces all moving to one place. I'm kind of interested to see, because we know episode 3 is like the Night King arriving at Winterfell and the battle going, theatrical phenomenon. That's going to be an hour and a half. So I'm trying to think of what next episode can be that they can really cover. Because I feel like everything that was like for a setup episode, they put here. So what can they do within an hour's worth? I mean, I would love to see just like a dedicated Bran episode, because we haven't had Bran-focused episodes since he left that cave. Since you died in that cave. We haven't... Like, I want a Bran-centric episode where he's flashing back and coming back and talking, and flashing back, coming back, talking. I would love to see that for half of an episode. I'd like to see John's true heritage get out there and maybe see how everybody responds. And then, just like Sam says, would she give up the crown? Would she give it up? Would she make the right decision? Or when she finds out that information, like... Because I don't see the Dothraki and the Unsullied all of a sudden just switching, because they're not loyal to the true target. They're loyal to Dany and like everything that she's done. I don't see the dragons betraying her, or Jorah. I mean, nothing really changed. Nobody's going to switch up allegiances here. Maybe the Northerners will not acknowledge her anymore because Jon is like the true. But it comes down to, what decision does Dany make? Does she accept it, or does she rebel against it? And like, how is she going to rebel as we're getting attacked at the same time? It's just going to be interesting to see what she really kind of decides to do, because like she said last season, she's been raped, sold, beaten, abused, tried to be assassinated. And what kept her going was the faith in herself. And Daenerys Targaryen, the true descendant that's supposed to sit on the Iron Throne. And hindsight, it never was her. And it never was supposed to be her. And she's not the true heir. So how does she take that information? Or does she find out that information? That's what I would like to see next episode center around. What it could be centered around, I don't know. Maybe we see the Night King moving and he gets there right as the episode ends. And I'm trying to figure out what can be put in the middle. Jaime's there. So I'd love to see Jaime interact with Bran, the Lannister forces where they are. What the hell is Bronn going to do? Is he really going to go up there and assassinate Tyrion and Jaime? I highly doubt it. But he could. And kind of what we have to move forward here. Again, there wasn't really anything crazy deep here. We didn't get any flashbacks of like deeper meaning or the Night King and anything that might be like, ooh, this needs more kind of interpretation. Everything was pretty much straightforward. It was a setup. We caught up with every major character. We put every bow on every storyline. We had the reunions of Arya and Jon, which was great. Arya, Gendry, Arya the Hound, Bran, Jon. Just what I'm hopeful for, not just for next episode, but for the season as a whole. I want to see Bran move to the front. Because I feel like he is the biggest player, even more than the Night King. And I don't want to see him only get like 2 minutes every 30 minutes of an episode, you know? And we'll see how it goes. That's wild that we only have 5 episodes left. Next week is 58 minutes. The week after that's which is 3, and then 4 is an hour 18, and 5 and 6 are an hour and 22. So let me know what you guys thought. Hopefully you guys are getting this on Monday. And we will go from there. And I'll catch you guys with Game of Thrones again next Monday. Hopefully, if I can stick to my schedule, Boruto on Tuesday, One Punch Man Wednesday, and Thursday off, Friday, Saturday, Hunter x Hunter. That's going to be the plan. We'll see how accurate I stay to that plan. So, like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,